We are here in Liverpool and I'm with Lee Cutler and his trainer, Josh. Before I forget the names, welcome back to the channel. Lee, that was heated.
Yeah, it was great. Great excitement. These are the sort of fights that you dream about being involved in when you first start boxing. And we're here now, a couple of days away, and really excited about the fight.
I remember you guys down in Bournemouth. That's where I saw you fighting on all of those cards. Then you made the transition to a very good gym, good solid set of trainers, good fighters, world champions. Why the change? I know it sounds obvious, but why?
I needed to make the most of my boxing career. I know it's a very short career, boxing, and I was giving it everything with no drinking and doing everything I can by myself. And the next step was to elevate the training aspect in the actual boxing way. Everything else was up there. I was like the fittest in the gym. I'm an avid trainer. I'd overtrain sort of thing, but it was just getting in a better gym with better boxing minds and being around top level athletes.
I know you said it's a short career, but it's a really personal decision to make, to move.
For sure, yeah.
How long did it take for you to contemplate it? And I get it, short career is the obvious answer. You've got to do it for yourself. But when it comes to weighing up the pros and cons and literally severing that umbilical cord, because you know how close you are with your trainers, they're your third eye, They see what you don't. How was it to make that breakaway for yourself?
It was hard at the time, hard to do. I was best mates with my old coach and stuff. And it was hard to sort of get away from that, but it was a very quick decision when I come up for a trial at the McGuigans Gym. It didn't take me long to finalise a decision. It was more whether they would take me. And after the first day, it was let's start making plans for the future.
You know what, now we can hand over to Josh, and I think that's a perfect handover. What is it about Lee? What is it about Lee Cutler that stands out to you?
Well, yeah, firstly, Lee's a very talented fighter. We just had to refine a few things. Obviously, it's great for Lee being around such an experienced gym, like stablemates with Chris and Caroline and Adam. So I think it's crucial for someone at Lee's sort of stage in their career to be watching lads and girls who are boxing sort of championship level fights. So I think Lee's gained a lot of experience from that, and being out in Saudi with Chris and all of the big fighters. So yeah, we've refined a few things, but he's in good form.
Taking fighters on isn't something that coaches take lightly either. I understand there's a money aspect for it, and everyone can sit on that, I'm going to get an extra pay packet because I've got another fighter. But it's a little bit deeper than that, because like I said, you've got to be their third eye. There's got to be that trust, that relationship. How did you know that you was going to gel with Lee?
Yeah, well, it's not about the money. It's especially at this stage, it's my reputation as well. So you want to work with good quality fighters, and that's certainly what Lee is. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for me. Like I said, he's a very talented fighter. He had a step up. Unfortunately, come short of it, but there was a lot of things there to work with, and that's what you want from a fighter. Perhaps they did come up short, but they maybe need a little bit of refining, and you'll be able to get the most out of them.
The coaching investment over time is going up against a very game opponent. This is going to be a good fight. How do you adjust his style or develop his style to make sure that Lee stays in control of this fight? I'm just saying to Tasha, you've got to make it your dance. It's got to be your party. He can't switch off. He can't let his opponent get the upper hand. How do you train your fighters without giving away any plans to have that mindset to make sure they stay in control?
Well, Lee can do a bit of both. He can do a bit of everything. He can box, he can fight, he can do whatever. He's a very versatile fighter. So for someone like Stevie, he obviously brings the energy, he brings the pace. So Lee knows what he's got to do with that. But yeah, like I said, he can mix it up. He can box, he can fight. So, we see out in his last fight with Obi, he was more of a back foot fighter. So Lee had to go looking for him. We won't have to do that in this one. I don't think Stevie's going to sit back and box. So Lee's capable of doing everything.
Back over to yourself. Winning this fight, once again on a boxer card, it's a good card. You've got the world titles at the top. When you look at your career and how you're mapping it out, and I'm not asking you to overlook anyone because it depends on the night. You can both be as fantastic as you want. It depends on the night. But where do you want to go? What do you see like a 12-month plan for your career? You said it's a short one. How are you going to make the next 12 months count is what I'm getting at.
For me, I've got to get through Saturday night. And once I get through Saturday night, Ben Shalom's promised me a headline down in Bournemouth. So
we're going back there again.
So yeah, it'd be nice to get back down there in the summer, and maybe a little fight, a decent enough fight beforehand, and then end of the summer, be back in Bournemouth. That would be the ideal scenario. But boxing's boxing, and we're going to see what happens. But that's what I know my management will be pushing for.
Listen, I wish you all the best, both coach and fighter.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best in your career as well.
Thank you very much.
One thing I will say about you, he can definitely fight.
Thank you.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.